In a few weeks.
What?
Hey, at level 10 you get to group hug us all at every long rest.
You think so it doesn't say goodnight with a hug to everyone?
Depends on her mood.
Miss, did you remember to do Malice's HP?
Malice only got 4 HP.
Poor soft kitty.
Rolled a 2.
I think I got a 7.
D10, I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 1, re-rolled, and got a something else.
I rolled good for Amma, but not for Malice.
I got a 5 with my +1, so whatever. 1 less than average. Shucks.
This is what happens when Malice is away from me when Malice levels.
No.
Yes. All right. So is everybody ready to get going?
On various definition of it. Yes.
Yeah,
Fair dinkum.
we'll see what happens.
All right. Then who would like to remind us what happened last week? I feel like I'm missing something.
Do you have tea? Do you have chocolate? Do you have notes?
Yes, yes, yes.
I think you're good.
All my spells are wrong again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I hate that.
Let's see, I can read my notes here. Fuck. And then there's just a bunch of dots.
You forgot in the middle we got fucked.
You also forgot the fuck.
No, that's the dots.
Oh, okay.
Pert's notes are just words in Drowish with the English or with the common translation written beside them.
Oh god, like.
Okay, so you got like a name and then like hello, goodbye, please, and thank you.
And we all know the word for down.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Elvish.
Elvis.
In Elvish, okay.
Rizwin still has no idea what it means.
I thought that was undercommon.
Yeah, but other than getting our asses handed to us in this fight with far too many drow, Kumail was subjected to a bit of a comedy routine of translations between some person whose name I can't remember and the leader of the drow, we think, Yasai? Isai, there we go.
Isai.
And,
I is in Y.
yeah.
It's missing a name log, but I can't figure out how to type that, so.
The gist of it is that they are in a war with another faction of elves down here, and they are requesting, in very generous finger quotes, our assistance in scouting, I believe, a city?
An entrance sounded like.
Scouting the road to wherever they're going.
Okay, I thought there was a city mentioned for some reason. They have stated that in return for this scouting, they will allow us to go free, along with the people that we came here to rescue in the first place.
And also give us free reign to find Moss.
Yeah, and get him out of here. And then
Stated might be a little too strong of a statement in that they've implied or suggested.
Oh, I didn't even think it was that. I was playing telephone between a drow, a guy who spoke Elvish as a second language, and some guy who didn't speak Elvish at all.
And then right there at the end of the session, Zoe convinced the other drow that we had sort of formed a relationship with, Celise, to put her name in the message book and we left off with, "Oh shit, you can understand me," or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it was hello, my name is Zoe.
And cut to commercials.
Cut to commercials.
End credits.
And now for 5 easy payments of $19.95.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's all I have written down.
Yeah. So while everybody else is resting or trying to in the inside the tent, Zoe, you are outside with Melis and Celise, having convinced her to write her name in this book. And she hears your message in her head. And I have a question for you.
Yes.
When the words appear on the book, are they like everybody gets a different font? Like it looks like their handwriting, or is it just standard, like reading an email?
I don't know. This is game testing material.
Then you just
Is it like AOL Messenger where you can set your color and font?
oh god.
There's
Yes.
there's a rabbit hole there.
Okay, so it's like pretty handwriting, dark blue. You wait a couple of seconds, and then slowly the words appear on the page. Can you understand me? Is this working? And you see her like scrunch her eyes, like she's trying to think real hard.
Unlike her, Zoe actually has to look down to read them. She writes yes as she's nodding her head up and down.
Written in your book, you see, "This is fantastic. My name is Lise. It's very nice to meet."
Can you repeat the name?
And you went a little garbly there.
She just said her name is Celise.
Zoe, being polite, responds back, "It is very nice to meet you, Celise." Also, if she has a look over at the book, I don't think she can read it.
Yeah, I don't think she can read it either. She can't. It appears in common, right?
Nope.
It appears in
Either-
celestial.
It either appears in Celestial or it appears in a language only Zoe can understand.
Then she definitely can't read it. She does kind of like look over, and she sees like the tail end of like the last word sort of appearing on the book, but she can't read it.
Crap, now I actually have to come up with things to say.
Ah, you injected role-playing into your role-playing game.
Dang it! Would really help if I wasn't trying to listen to do this with a frickin' two-stroke engine behind my head. I'm sorry, it's not a two-stroke, it's four-stroke. Actually, I don't know what it is. It's diesel.
Strokes.
Stroke, 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 stroke.
So Zoe basically writes down, "Thank you for allowing me to not be free, not be chained up. I must admit, I'm not. Somebody keep track to make sure I don't go over 25 words. I'm just going to start another line if it does. So I must admit, I'm not happy with being captured. It is nice to be able to speak directly with someone, even if it's not speaking.
She smiles, and the words appear on your notebook. Yes, I can imagine. The others are dot dot dot. Nervous. I didn't see the fight. Somebody has to tell me if I go over 25 words.
I think we can kind of hand wave it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
because like you can do multiple messages, so you can do multiple messages, and at the first that the message cut off, so I can explain to her like, hey, you need to
that's
be
true.
concise, and it's less math to everyone.
Okay.
It doesn't
Um,
impact the game in any major way. I'd say just hand wave it.
All right. Um, she uh, she says, I didn't see the fight, but I heard it. Sounds like you guys are pretty strong.
So we, as she looks up, she's also, or as she's writing, she's also looking up so that trying to show that she's open and not trying to be misleading or anything like that.
Mhm.
We're not here to harm anyone. We got a little nervous. We were just trying to see what was happening here. We heard that we're here to rescue people who shouldn't be down here. We're just here to grab them and leave. I'm trying to think
Mhm.
of what the word would be for humanitarian.
I think humanitarian, but with whatever generic word this world uses to mean thinking.
Maybe a mission of mercy.
Yeah. We are on a creatitarian mission.
Humanoiditarian.
Do you guys get noise from my end?
Nope.
No.
I,
She shakes her head, and the words appear in the book. I don't think we can let you go now that you know we're here. You seem like nice people, I think. But what we're doing is very important. Sorry.
Why is it important?
Um, Make an insight check.
Don't wanna.
You see her get a little bit nervous. And the words in the book read, I think maybe you should talk to Isai.
If you think that would be best, we have no issues with helping others, but being forced into it is not the best solution.
Um, he just says, "Follow me." And she leads you.
Before that, Zoe writes out, can the cat come? She really doesn't like being held. Wait, is Melissa here? Okay. He really does. Sorry, cats are always she's to me, no matter what gender they actually are. He does not like being tied up. He's a, god damn it. He's a good kitty. He won't hurt anyone.
Um, you see her look sort of behind you at something, and then she shakes her head.
Big anime eyes, please. Okay, anyways, skipping that. Zoe turns around, looks at Malice, gives him a pet. He'll be free soon.
Yeah.
Zoe
You hear chains rattle as Melis tries to get up and follow you.
Mm. Clearly, the answer is get paw print in book so I can.
No. I draw the line there.
Melis does not think in a language.
They'll all come out in meows.
Or images of fish sticks.
And warm blankets. So you are led past a number of tents. You feel many eyes on you as you walk behind Celise free.
Zoe
and-
is used to this. She stands as tall as Zoe can and walks with pride.
All right. You get to one of the bigger tents, and there's like just a very tiny bell hanging on the front before the flap, and she just sort of hits it, and it very gently tings. You hear somebody inside say something, and she enters. She looks back and motions for you to follow her.
One moment. Is Jamie's quality exceedingly down for anyone else?
Sounds a little.
She
Sounds muddy
was
to me.
mumbling a little bit, but I don't know if that was it on my end.
Understandable, but not worse than other days, I would say.
Here, I put the mic closer to my face. Hopefully that will help.
That helps.
That helps.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Okay. Let me move it even closer. Hang on. All right,
Where was it?
Like by my monitor. Is that better, Ty?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if it starts to go downhill again. So do you follow Celise into the tent?
Yes.
Okay. Inside the tent, you see, this is actually the same tent that Camille was in. There is like a table set up with some chairs. Make a nature check.
Ah, yes. All of Zoe's great skills.
The thought crosses your mind that if you're in the Underdark, where did they get the wood from?
Oh, great. Now while Zoe's supposed to have important conversations, this thought will be going through her head.
Seated around this table is the male Drowcaster that you recognized in the battle, the one that you banished. And there are two other Drow women sitting around the table. One you recognize briefly when you were sitting outside with Melis and Zoe saw this second group of Drow come back to the camp. This was the woman who was at the head of it. She is quite a bit larger, and her skin is noticeably paler than everybody else. And she has this like long, loose white hair. The other woman who's there is a little smaller, but she's still larger than Isai, and just has this sort of very narrowed, sour look to her face, and she definitely glares at you as you enter.
She doesn't have scorch marks, does she?
She does not.
Okay.
Does she have a number 6 over her head?
Don't get the reference.
You can make a perception check, actually.
The number 6 is the third fight.
Red 6.
The draw number 6 in the fight.
Oh.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
Pertin Rizlin had a fight with number 6. It didn't go great.
Zoe is thinking about where the heck they got the wood.
While you are having these thoughts, Celise bows a little bit and says something to the others in very hushed tones. And the three of them who are at the table talk a bit. The sour-looking woman, like, literally spits out something. Like, not physically spits out something, but, like... She says some words that you think were probably pretty nasty. And the other woman sort of shakes her head at her and says something to Celise, and Celise taps you on the shoulder.
Zoe opens her book to the right page. Magically seems to get to the right page and writes out Mark.
Can you use this to talk to them, or is it just me?
I can use it to talk to one of them.
Celise nods. And she points to the larger woman and says she would like to talk to you.
Was this the one that swore, or was it the other one?
The other one's for.
Okay. So he gives a small nod of her head, turns the book to another page, which remarkably now is there. Pulls out her, offers the pen, and holds it out to her. Hoping to at least explain this to her.
You see the woman take the book. Isai holds up a hand. He looks at you and starts casting something. Takes the book, looks at it. You wait. Wait.
This is not the first time Zoe's been eyed over. She's just stand still.
Wait. And then eventually Isai nods his head, gives the book back to her. And she takes the pen and writes something, presumably a name, into the book.
Zoe makes the motion of reaching for the book, but waits for, like, confirmation that it's valid. She can take it.
This woman looks you in the eyes, hands the book back to you.
Turns the book around and writes out, "Hello, my name is Zoe." And as she puts down the period, she looks up to look the woman in the eye.
She is just staring you down, like has not moved her eyes. And then you see in a very bold sort of font, "Hello, my name is Aeneas."
There is way too many vowels in that name.
Those are rookie numbers.
Zoe asks, or writes out, God damn it, why can I never remember her names? Elise?
Solis.
Elise, explain the process of the book to you.
Yes. There was something you wished to discuss with me.
I understand that we cannot be let go for fear of us telling you. We did not come here to cause any issues. We are here to rescue topside people from above that do not belong here. We're just here to grab them and leave.
Be that as it may, you are here now, and here you will stay until we say so.
I was informed you are on an important mission, and I just wish to ask what that is so we can know if we can help, or, crap, how to word this. Zoe pausing and nibbling on the end of her pen.
Make an insight check or a perception check, whichever you prefer.
The same thing.
You notice her eyes flicker over towards Celise. And then she says, "Why we are here is not your concern." Sleeves kind of shifts beside you.
We don't wish to cause harm. We were actively not the first ones to attack, and we were trying to, for the most part, be less than lethal. I would like to come to an agreement that both sides can leave peacefully. Otherwise, I cannot remain here.
I understand that you are well versed in the ways of magic. Perhaps it would be difficult for us to keep you here. However, you walked into our camp and though you may not have had lethal intentions, it is your presence here that is the problem, and one we cannot ignore. You will not be allowed to leave until we are done. And should you try, we will kill you. I was under the impression that you had already agreed to scout for us in return for your freedom once we have gotten where we wish to go.
Thinking, sorry.
It's okay.
The agreement, as I understand it, is we would find a back way into another enemy's stronghold. Is that correct?
You will clear the way for us so that we can complete our task. If reports of your strength are to be believed, I'm sure it is something you can accomplish. It is a good deal. Take it.
Is that last line underlined?
Yes. There is a very strong implied or else.
The same reason we did not harm your group when we were attacked is the same one that makes it hard to agree to this. We do not wish to harm those. We do not wish to harm others just for the sake of causing harm. And leading you into clearing the path could harm somebody that we do not know. This is the reason I asked what your task was, so we can understand what we are getting involved with.
What lies in these tunnels are beasts and monsters. And that is all you need to know.
Does that come with basically no more answers? Questions are being answered?
No. Give me an insight check.
Hey,
You
it
do-
wasn't 11.
That's pretty good. You do kind of get the sense that she is not as open to telling you stuff as maybe some of the others have been. And that's not necessarily going to change right now.
While it is hard to agree to this, I bring up one more point. I agree that you have captured us, and I will offer that we will not escape. We will stay here till you deem it proper to leave. If we can be unshackled. Some in the group do not do well in those situations, and I will give my word that we will stay. If this can be, I'm not wording this well. Basically, she's offering her word that they will stay if they can be given a little more free reign.
I do not know you. Your word is not enough.
Zoe returns the glare she's been getting, looking her square in the eye, and starts writing out rather well for considering she's not looking at the book. Do not question my word. I am offering it to you in good faith. Do not question that, please.
And you can speak for all of your companions. Some of them certainly made an entrance.
I cannot offer to those who did not come with us, but of the ones that traveled with me, they will understand.
The ramifications of not unchaining some of us may be far worse.
You say that. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
God damn it.
Oh man.
What
Your
happens
persuasion's still pretty good. Oh, I need tea left.
Really? Really? Fuck you, die.
This is why I want level 11, Ty. I'll never roll less than a 10 again.
She is very set in her ways.
Perhaps this is something we can talk about in the future. But for now, you and your group will stay where it is easiest for us to deal with. Prove yourselves to be trustworthy.
No, this is where we all find out how we die. So he writes down, I will not lie to you in this moment. I will not stay shackled.
Give me a minute to think. How can I do this without actually just killing you?
Very carefully.
I mean, if I don't know how that NPC mentality is, but someone who thinks with logic would know that if you want to use them, killing one is not helping.
Aeneas smiles and says, "Then you may stay with me."
As you wish.
She says something to the other two at the table. The other drow woman crosses her arms. Isai says something back. And she kind of rolls her eyes. Isai would like to know why you have horns.
Jesus.
You don't ask questions like that.
Is that what you write down?
No. I was trying to think, and I make jokes while I think. Because of a curse of my family on the day of my birth.
She says something in undercommon to Isai. He says something back, and she puts her hand up. You see a little bit of annoyance on her face, and she rises. And in your book, you see the words "Follow me" appear.
Zoe will follow, hugging the book to her chest.
Right. Aeneas leads you to another tent nearby. Within, like you can see Isai's tent. It is, interestingly enough, smaller, even though you very much get the sense that she's the one in charge. It is there's enough room for the two of you comfortably, but there would not be enough room for three people comfortably. She lets the flap of the tent down, sits on the floor, pulls her sword out, and leaves it on her lap. And in the book, you see the words "Go to sleep" appear.
Just out of clarification, no, she couldn't.
No?
You got a minute to reply, and probably more in a minute.
Oh, that's true. Then she would just point at the ground.
And considering Zoe has not slept and has been on 1 hit point this entire time, Zoe goes to sleep.
Alright. And Aeneas begins her meditation. But with figuratively one eye open, ready to strike should Zoe do anything sketchy.
Does Zoe snore?
Zoe levitates. That is not true.
No, Zoe drills into her pillow.
Zoe does not have a pillow right now.
Zoe has a great pillow. It's called a leather book.
Alright, and with that, everybody takes their long rest. Anybody who got temporary HP that may have still had it, that temp HP is gone.
Bye, temp HP.
That's all right.
I never got hit. I still had it.
Everybody else, you wake up stiff and sore. It is hot in this tent. Just the area that you're in is hot, and also all of these bodies packed into this tiny space makes it even worse.
Ah, like it was on the ship.
one of the dwarves is snoring real fucking loud.
Ah, like it was on the ships.
You all sort of wake up on your own time, and you can hear sort of light commotion outside, people moving about. And pretty soon after you've all woken up, you see a couple of drow holding crossbows come into the tent with keys and release everybody from their shackles.
Do they have a reaction to Pert already being unshackled and his shackles still being locked?
I mean, they never reshackled me either.
No, you're kind of at the end of the line, and like the one thinks that the other guy did it, and the other one thinks that the first one did it.
Alrighty. Pert's not going to antagonize them over it.
All right. They point their crossbows at you and say something, and kind of motion upwards with the crossbows.
As in the typical stand up.
Yes.
I probably can't even stand up straight this time, to be honest.
Yeah, Pert and Camille kind of loom over them.
Same.
Yes.
Yeah, fire and Pert, your head kind of brushes the top of the tent.
I'm very tall, Farty.
You
Speak
are.
for yourself.
I mean, we've got a tiny Volborg and a giant Vidalcan. And then a freaking Camille. Are you sure we're not just a train?
They back out of the tent and wait for you.
Motioning for us to leave, or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wanna find Melis.
I accompany you.
Yeah, I'll follow the two of them.
Emma, as you like go out of the tent, the one of them holding the crossbow points to the right to sort of gesture you to go that way.
Turn that way.
You go that way around the other side of the tent, and you in fact see Melis, who is also currently being let free.
Cling to Melis.
Melis nuzzles you.
Missed you. Or refuses to let go of Melis.
One of them, the one who was letting Melis free, also has actually has her rapier out and kind of nudges you with her boot.
Keep clinging to Melis.
She says something, nudges you a little bit harder.
It's
Look
my
up
mama.
piteously.
Sorry?
Look up piteously.
I just let go, Amma. The Mel is on beach. He can come with us. And I kinda do the gently pushing both, like, let's go this way.
I'll let. As long as Mel can come with.
Alright, so one of the drow is in the lead, and the other two trail behind, crossbows out, trained on the lot of you. Interestingly, it is just you five who have been let free. The dwarves from the other party, and also Xander. are still in the tent.
Oh yeah, him.
Good. They won't get killed.
Actually, you know what? Everybody make a wisdom check.
I am bad at those.
I got better at those. I say so,
Oh, yikes.
Camille being the potential leader of an entire religion, not good at wisdom.
Okay, so you leave the rest of the other party behind. And are led through the camp, and you can see probably about half the tents have been dismantled already. Those that are not watching you and guarding you are taking tents down. Stuff is being piled onto carts? Question mark?
Carts, like with the wooden wheels and the wooden side.
Yeah, they kind of look like wood, but they have wheels.
Okay. Oh no, do they have things to pull them?
Make a perception check. You do not see horses or any other sort of beasts of burden that you might think exist in the Underdark.
Oh goody. So know what we're doing.
This one drow leads you to a tarp that has not been taken down yet. There are 2 drow standing there. Not any of the ones that you have interacted with so far, although Zoe might recognize one of them. Already at this tarp, you see Malir, who is currently donning his armor.
I guess he's gonna move this. I guess I just nodded him.
He looks back, sees the lot of you, and just turns away. And it is about this time that you see Zoe walking up with another drow woman that none of you have seen. Very large, kind of pale skin, long white hair, who has her hand on Zoe's shoulder.
Zoe.
Patience. Is Zoe her pet or she's Zoe's pet?
My talk didn't go any better.
Figured.
How did you know I went to have a talk?
You're you.
Technically, all you saw was Zoe needing to get out.
You told Kamel about the book when you put Fire's name in it. He knows about the book.
Well, one way or the other. The 2 drow that are standing at this tarp motion to the lot of you to come closer.
Okay.
Camille, you go up and they give you your armor and your sword,
Okay. So
and that is it.
All my fighting gear.
Yes. Everybody goes up one by one, and they hand you back your armor, uh, your any weapons that you have. So Amma, you get your bow. Fire, you get your staff.
Okay.
Rizwin, you get your glaive. You don't have your warhammer anymore, right?
No, I have. Oh, I had 4 daggers, 4 javelins, and another javelin.
They talk amongst themselves, and then they hand back the 4 regular javelins.
Oh, fuckers.
Oh, those assholes.
What about shields?
I'm assuming shields are involved in that.
Do you have a shield?
Yeah, I use a wooden shield.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that the staff was two-handed.
It's in the artwork. It's a little shieldy.
Okay. Yeah, they give that back to him. Pert, when you go up to get your stuff, they give you back your armor, and then they pull out the sword, and they look at the sword, and they look at you, and Aeneas taps Zoe on the shoulder.
So he writes down yes, question mark.
We would very much like to know where your companion got one of our people's weapons.
Does Zoe remember where that weapon came from? Because I don't.
Crystal formation.
Inside the crystal.
There was a crystal formation. We managed to shatter it. There was a sword inside of it.
And we all die.
He should not have that sword.
Well, I mean, he got it fair and square. It didn't hurt anyone to get it.
Something, fighting effectiveness, something.
She looks down at you very sternly. How would you feel if somebody looted your corpse?
You mean like what happened yesterday?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh man, why didn't I ask that to fire?
Fuck off, dice!
Hmm. She laughs, but in a way that you think she doesn't really find it funny.
Like a belittling laugh?
Kind of. And says, "We will keep this for now."
Or I'm not giving you your sword back.
There's too many people, so Pert's not going to try to be smart about this. He simply gestures to his other rapier, his short bow, and someone else's daggers, because his daggers are fucked.
Yes, they give you back your short bow and your other rapier.
And someone
They
else's
also
daggers?
do not give you. They do not give you the cloak. They would have given you. Anybody else who has daggers can give them to you.
Zoe has 2 daggers. Have them, because she's never going to use them.
No, I was
Sorry.
trying to get one of the dwarf's daggers or something. It's all good.
The dwarves aren't with you.
I know, that's why I was trying to get the dwarf's daggers.
I see.
Anyways, pert motions to his shoulders, and he's putting on his armor and he's going, the cloak.
The other drow shakes her head.
Zoe, mention to her that by reducing or taking away some of our items, it's reducing our effectiveness at completing the task they've given us. If they want this to succeed, give us all the tools necessary to do so.
Chloe pulls out her book and writes down, "You admit we're an effective force, correct?"
It is what I have heard.
If we are being limited with the equipment we have, our effectiveness is also being limited. Limited. That word that I cannot say.
Reduced.
Limited.
Limited.
That cloak makes one easier to miss, easier to escape. No.
So can you ask them if they can give me my barrel back? I will feel better with it.
Tell them it's spell components.
Yeah, I need it to fight.
That.
I thought you left the barrel in the werewolf village.
I left the Shroomy. Oh my god, imagine I'm with Shroomy now. No, it's only the Shroom pack. But I wanted it.
Shrubby would die without sunlight.
I know.
That barrel has spell components that my friend needs.
I wave.
Aeneas nods. Says something to the other drow. And she picks up this barrel of mushrooms, kind of looks in it and like pokes around just to make sure that there's nothing in there.
Oh my god, please. Poke the wrong one.
Zoe writes down, "Careful. There's some weird things. He's a weird person. His spells are weird."
She does not poke the wrong one, unfortunately. But I used open at 20. So you are handed your barrel of mushrooms backfire.
Yay.
And Aeneas leans down and picks up regalia and hands it up to Zoe.
Zoe slips it on her hand and is visibly looking like she's waiting for something.
In your book, you see the words appear, "We will be leaving shortly. Make sure you are prepared. Don't try anything."
I pointed the magic javelin.
Zoe has very more important things on her mind at the moment.
No, I'm just gesturing at it for the other drow. Pointed Risswood.
Make a charisma check. Just a straight charisma check.
I did heal one of their friends. Nah.
They weren't there to see it.
I look at whoever appears to be in charge and just say, "And the rest of our belongings?" And I'm just staring them straight in the eye.
despite the fact that nobody can understand you, Aeneas seems to get at what what Rizwin is complaining about. Zoe, in your book, you see the rest of your belongings will be returned to you after you have completed your task. A little extra insurance.
Because when we're getting them back once we've completed our task.
How do
However,
we know that?
because I'm going to blow them up if otherwise.
Rizwin, the symbol of Shar that you have is still attached to your glaive.
What about my token? I had a craved in wood, Saloon and Shar on each side.
Right. Where did you keep it?
It was like a necklace.
Yeah, they would probably give it back to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ask her, Zoe. How do we know that?
So Zoe's got other things on her mind because she has not gotten her focus back yet. And,
Oh, she hasn't? That's my bad. My bad. Zoe gets that back.
Okay.
They have to dig through the piles of clothes and armor and packs and crap. You also get your armor back.
What is your focus?
It's a necklace that is around her neck.
Uh-huh.
Womp womp. It looks like a little red hourglass thingy that hangs in front of her.
I would assume that the personal jewelry wasn't really confiscated.
Pardon?
I assume that personal jewelry just wasn't confiscated.
I think we were removed of every.
Yeah, a focus would have been taken. Everybody down here is a spellcaster. They know what a focus is.
Okay, sorry. Zoe replies, how do we know we will get this back when we complete our task?
Make a charisma check.
Jesus.
Because once we have reached our destination, we will have no use for it.
Do I have your word?
She smiles. Yes.
Rizwin's still standing there staring at everybody like, what the fuck? Because nobody's told her anything.
Yes. I feel like Rizwin would at least be able to understand that Zoe's writing back and forth.
Right, but you're not telling her what is being said. You're not telling her what Aeneas is saying.
You're not telling a patient, angry woman exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
I understand this, but I would hope that Rizwin would trust Zoe to figure this stuff out.
I mean, she's just standing there waiting for an answer, basically.
I am trusting your word, unlike you were unwilling to trust mine. Do not make me regret that. And with that, Zoe just turns around and ignores the very tall woman that would crush her.
Mm-hmm.
They say that when we achieve our task, they will not need it. And they give their word that we will give us back our items.
The word of the slaver is worthless, and I spit on the ground.
Malir, who is still just like finishing putting on his armor, says, "Oh yes, please antagonize them more."
Rizwin, we're over a barrel right now. We don't have a choice.
I'm down to killing these fuckers once we're done with this, but maybe later.
I'm still just staring at Aeneas.
Once Zoe turns her back, she barks an order to the other drow. There's 5 of you now, or 5 of them now standing around you, and walks off.
So he goes up and walks up, goes up to Brisbane, and attempts to take both her hands.
They are very tightly gripping her glaive.
Does not stop Zoe from trying to at least hold on to the flesh. Unless she stops, she will do this. Brisbane, we are going to try and get everybody out of here safe. If they back out on their word, we kill them.
Yeah, that went real well the first time.
I wasn't trying to kill them that time. With that, as Zoe looks up at Brisbane, her eyes turn black and then go back to normal for a second. After a second.
Sisters wouldn't have any idea what that means.
That Zoe is angry.
That's anime shit right there.
Hi, I like anime.
No, I'm saying that's a positive thing.
I'm shocked.
Maybe I'll get hungry.
So
I'm sure there's some good meals around. And with that, Zoe hugs her.
It's like hugging a tree.
You hear a very light derisive snort from behind you, Rizwan.
I do not turn around.
Zoe looks around the very large red-haired woman she's hugging and glares at the asshole.
To be clear, she's not actually that large, especially compared to the rest of the party. She's only 6 foot tall and
Yeah.
maybe above 75.
Compared to Zoe.
Yeah.
Rizwin
Zoe,
only comes up to Camille's shoulder.
Zoe, you look around Rizwan to glare at this guy, and he's got his back turned to you.
What?
To be clear, Rizwin got no daggers back, yes?
The only weapon they did not give you back was the Javelin of Lightning.
Okay. So,
All the other assorted crap you got. And not like, so you have your armor, your weapons, minus the ones I told you, and that's it.
hey Zoe,
Yes, sir?
I have a heavy suspicion. Can you ask how long is the walk until whatever we need to go? Please?
How far?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. She's gonna be pissed, considering she started walking away. So we just pulls up. Look, how far do we have to go?
A couple seconds pass, and then appearing in your book. It says, "We will know when we get there."
Fucking lady. If you reply that to me and say, it's for help, be prepared for the thing. Help me help you out, asshole.
I don't think they know how far it is. They seem just as lost.
God damn it. Well,
Kama's just taking the next 10 minutes to get ready.
yeah, that's a stretch.
So we gently pokes fire. You got any of those good shrooms?
Oh yeah, is anyone hungry? I poof 10 good shrooms and give it to everyone.
It's like rooting mushrooms for the next forever.
Rizwin eats a good shroom.
It's good for your health.
All right. As a bunch of drow look on, you all prepare yourselves for the road ahead. We're gonna take a quick break.
Alrighty.
Zoe is sitting down to cast him.
Oh, I broke my
For an-
elastic.
Hey, Nibbles.
Hello.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just realizing, but has anyone else noted that your mic is kind of popped?
Yeah, you're blowing out a bit.
Sounds like when your speakers, you put it in too much loud and kind of break the sound.
Say
Is
something
this
now?
any better?
You're really quiet now.
It's most likely because you've turned him down, because I've been turning him down for a while.
Yes. Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
Let me adjust your volume.
Can you word some more, please, Nibbles?
Hello. This
Ooh.
is a microphone.
That's
This is
better.
much
You
better.
sound quite reasonable to me.
Thank you.
All right. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I imagine everyone turned Nibbles down because he was really loud yesterday.
See, and I didn't, but it's weird. Nibbles is usually fine
Mics
for
are
me,
weird.
except for when he mumbles. But
No, it's not the microphone. It's my stupid ass fucking soft phone from work, and it's so fucking annoying.
oh,
I'm so tired of this quarantine bullshit.
Now,
I get it.
so we had 249 not ones. Next one is the 250.
alrighty. Well, I understand why the drow are grumpy and protective about the rapier.
They're really making an effort to not be likable.
I mean, when you grew up in the Underdark, you're going to be paranoid.
Who's paranoid?
The drow.
Ah.
my dice.
My wife.
Okay, is everybody back?
I'm here.
Yarp. That Star Wars anime opening is very Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm-hmm. They break down each movie into its own opening as well. And one of them they use the first opening from FMA Brotherhood.
Is David here?
Oh,
You lied it, but you did.
Yep.
Cool.
all right. And Miss Never Left? Meow. All right. Everybody ready to keep going?
Yup.
For sure.
Okay.
Did you word snibble since you fixed your soft microphone issue?
Words.
Okay.
Words.
What about murder?
There might be some of that.
Let's get the murder carnival rolling.
All right. After you all have completed putting on your armor, Kamal takes the longest.
Plate armor's complicated. There's lots
Plate
of
armor's complicated. By the time you're done, about 80 to 90% of the camp has been torn down and put away. Your sort of the tarp that you're standing at, and with all of your stuff, it sort of seems to be one of the last areas to go. And as Kamal finishes putting on his armor, one of the drow motions with her crossbow and starts walking to the back of the cavern.
Okay.
And Malir starts to follow.
I raise an eyebrow at him.
He does not look at you.
It's a grumpy boy.
The other drow are just surrounding you, crossbows out, seemingly waiting for you to go.
I just point in a direction. That way?
One of them just gives you a deadpan look and points at the direction that the first drow and Malia are walking.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I thought they were pushing us to go first.
Yeah, they're waiting for you to go first, and the rest of them are gonna
Oh, okay, gotcha.
go behind you because it's easier to shoot you that way.
I start walking.
Okay. You are led to the back of the cavern that none of you have seen. Fire. Did you reapply dark vision?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
For me, Rizwin and Hurt, right?
Yes.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of necessary.
Yeah, with the tents having been taken down, there is basically no light in this space at all. But since the entire party has dark vision, Malir, being a half elf, also has dark vision. As you get towards the back of the cavern, you can see that it ends in a sheer drop off. A number of drow, including Celise, which most of you recognize, are lowering sacks down the cliff to whatever waits below. As you get up to the edge of the cliff, there is like this little piece of wood, question mark, with a bunch of ropes tied onto it that is like just hanging down, like just off the side, that looks kind of like a tiny little elevator.
Can I discern what is the wood question mark?
Make a nature check.
Aha!
You think it might be some sort of fungus. It's something very hard and fibrous, like wood. But there is a bit of a squishiness to it, and just knowing what you know about what grows underground, you're kind of thinking like you don't really know what else it could be, but some sort of strange fungus.
There are some big shrooms around here, and I want them.
I don't think you have a backpack big enough.
So the one drow steps down onto the platform. Malir follows. 2 more people can go on.
Pert moves forward.
Anybody else going?
Yeah, I don't.
I'll go last because I'm probably the heaviest.
Fire?
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, so Pert and Fire get on. Stepping on this, it's a little bit like stepping on memory foam. It is squishy in a weird way. And as the 2 of you step on, there's like no real room for anybody else on there. 3 people on each side that are holding ropes begin to lower you down. And it is scary. You're basically just like on this wood platform, no sides, no nothing, being lowered down into darkness.
Pert does his best to scout what he can see, but is otherwise just remaining chill. I don't know if Fire needs someone to hold on to as the shaky platform drops.
I don't think Fire will be afraid of this.
The drow that's on the platform with you seems pretty nonchalant about it. Malir is hanging on to the rope on sort of the opposite side from the 2 of you, like white-knuckled, very tense. And you would estimate maybe like 250 feet down before the platform hits the bottom, and it's just more rock and another very large tunnel. There's maybe about like 10 or 12 drow down here already. Grabbing stuff that have already been lowered. There's a few that have their crossbows out, trained on you already. And the platform, as you step off, is brought back up. Is everybody just waiting to go down on this platform?
I'm go last again, being
Okay.
the heavy boy.
Yeah.
I guess Zoe will take a step forward and go down
All right.
the.
Yeah. One of the drow goes down with the next three. Those of you who are up here can make a perception check. Okay. Camille and Rizwin, as you sort of look over, just seeing what all the other drow are doing, you see quite a number of them having to, like, basically everybody who isn't watching you or lowering this platform are tying ropes to one of the carts and starting to lower it over the side.
Fun.
So inefficient.
I mean, when you live in a cave system, you adapt.
Not everybody can transform into a spider.
Yeah.
So one drow, Zoe, probably Amma and Melis go next.
Sure.
And you are lowered down onto the ground. Platform brought back up. The rest of you lowered down. You hear a bit of a thud as the first cart lands on the bottom. And with everybody safely down below, you wait maybe another 15 minutes for everything else to get brought down. You see a second cart having to be lowered down over the side. You see the rest of the prisoners are lowered on the same elevator that you were. And you also see, just sort of coming out of the darkness, Isai, who just is walking down the cliff.
Nice
As
stuff.
in horizontally?
Yeah.
That's wasteful.
Ooh, pardon me. Yeah, after about 15 minutes, everything seems to have been brought down. Aeneas comes up to the lot of you, points in the direction of the tunnel, and looks at Zoe.
Sorry, I was just resetting my headset.
It's okay. Aeneas comes up to all of you, points at the tunnel ahead.
Alright, well, start walking down the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So while we walk, Zoe goes over to Alma and be like, I'm sorry I wasn't able to free Alice.
It's okay, at least you tried.
She then looks down at Malice. I'm sorry I wasn't able to free you. Zoe attempts to pet the kitty head.
Melis lets you pet him. As you all start walking, you look back, and maybe about 80 feet behind, you see another group of drow, Aeneas among them. And you also see the rest of Malir's group. And also somebody that you're like, oh yeah,
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 that
he
guy.
was there, yeah.
What was his name again?
Steve, remember?
Xandar?
Everyone knows Steve.
Zebra?
Zebra.
Xylophone? Something like that?
Hello, xylophone.
He waves back. And Aeneas is standing right beside him, hand on her sword, with a very obvious threat being made in your direction.
Yeah.
Behind them, you can't really see, but you can hear the squeak of wheels.
Are the dwarves pulling the carts?
Nope, they're
Wow.
they're out in front. They're playing hostage.
Don't much look like slaves. It's slavers if they're using people not using their slaves to pull stuff.
Don't give them any ideas.
I just shake my head and just move forward.
Onward.
Onward. So you all walk down this cavern ahead of everybody else. Rizwin, Malir has like positioned himself at the farthest point from you that he can.
It was very easy to do, as Rizwan was also attempting to do a similar.
Everybody else who's just sandwiched in between these two can like feel the animosity radiating off both of them.
Oh my god.
I was supposed to be the angsty one.
Thought I was supposed to be the angsty one.
This isn't angst, this is animosity.
Angstomosity.
Maybe when we
Is
get
there-
when we fin- Sorry. I was gonna say to-
Everybody.
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Everybody make me a perception check.
Good. Too focused on the animosity between the.
Is this like keeping a lookout for stuff ahead of us or something?
Yes.
Yeah, Rizwan doesn't give a shit.
Okay. As the group of you walk, your footsteps echo around. Occasionally you can hear the very, very light muted footsteps of the people behind you. A little squeaky wheel. Is there anything you would like to do?
Walking, minding my own business.
I mean, Pert's, is there a drow reasonably near Pert?
There is one 80 feet back from you.
No, okay. The Pert's just keeping an eye on the different, what do you call it, flora and fauna, and, well, he can't make notes right now because, this is dangerous. He's at least trying to keep mental notes. If there was a drow beside him, he'd be literally pointing at each thing and saying the word of the name and waiting for the drow to respond until they started stabbing him.
There is not much in the way of flora or fauna down here. It's mostly just rock. In fact, it's all just rock.
We are the fauna down here.
You also might be the flora.
Flora. Is the tension between Melir and Rosewood growing, or is it just remaining at a boil?
It is gently simmering, not gently simmering.
Trying to make small talk, fire with saturation. I can make it try one of my shrooms. There are a lot of that I better do not test orally, but we can check. Later, I mean.
She gives you a very non-committal grunt.
Fair dinkum. Walking awkwardly in silence after that.
I'm basically they're just gonna be two petulant teenagers. I'm just gonna let them be two petulant teenagers.
So, Lori, assuming nobody stops her, pulls out her book and sends a message back to the person I cannot remember the name of, but the one who was kind. Not,
Aeneas or Celise?
So,
Celise. Okay.
and say, I hope you did not get in trouble.
Well, not too much. Anyway.
I'm sorry for that.
You're mumbling.
I'm sorry for that, and thank you for trying to help.
That's not your fault.
No.
Besides, they can only get so mad at me.
Oh, you can't dangle something like that without being responsible. Of why? Question mark.
It takes her a while to answer, and written on the page, it says, I don't really know how to answer that without sounding like a jackass.
I promise I won't keep you a jackass.
Ty, you're very muffled.
Am I?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you were sounding like you're talking through a pillow.
Not sure why. Is this any better?
Yes.
Apparently I cannot lay down.
Eat your microphone.
Didn't move anywhere.
Oh.
That's why I'm confused. Just says I won't think you're a jackass.
I'm the only nice one around here.
Everyone's gonna hate me for this. You're a jackass, smiley face. I have to agree with what you said. As when she agrees that she's the only nice one around.
Mhm. She doesn't reply.
And Zoe switches to another page and sends her, her halfling friend a message. Things are happening. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Messages.
You receive back, okay. Please stay safe.
Doing my best.
You all come to a fork in the road. Or in the tunnel.
Okay.
Look, questioning, like, where to?
You look back. Aeneas just points to the right.
And it is.
Tempted to head left, but right.
Alright, you go down the right path.
Pert's attempting to scout ahead, but without leaving the others behind.
Pert, as you're walking ahead just a little bit, looking around, you notice a bit of rock on the ceiling that seems kind of lighter color than the rest. It's tough to tell with dark vision. You don't get any colors.
Shades at best, yeah, I get you.
Yeah. And then
Does it feel like the stuff that we had to fight before the trees or during the trees?
what trees?
You mean
The
the
ropers.
ropers and the...
Trees.
It doesn't look like that. Those just look like stalagmites. With your 25 though, as you look a little bit closer, whatever, like, you know, sort of in night vision goggles where you get the angle just the right way and then eyes start glowing.
Yep.
You get that, like, reflective glow of eyes just as you get, like, at the right angle.
And Pert will throw up a hand, signaling for the rest of the group to delay a moment. And he'll take out his bow. And he'll study it, what it is for a second. With I'm going to go with a nature check to see if it seems like it's an aggressive creature.
Sure, give me a nature check. So as you take a minute to study it, you can kind of pick out claws at the front and a bunch of legs behind it. It looks sort of like halfway between a scorpion and a spider.
Oh boy.
Trigger warning. Pert is going to attempt to snipe it.
Sure, give me a roll.
Advantage?
No, it knows you're there.
Okay.
Yeah, your arrow sticks into its body, and you hear a very faint squeal as it starts running farther down the cavern.
And Pert will journey back to the party, warn them about what he saw, describe what he saw, and then ask Zoe for any response from the drow.
What type of response? Like, did they say anything, or
Do they know if these things come in swarms of 500? Do they know if they're poisonous? Do they know if these are things that are going to drop on our heads if we don't spot them in advance?
so we ask these questions? Feels like she's gonna get yelled at some point for asking stupid questions.
Do you give any description as to what it was?
The scorpion
Yeah.
spider thingy.
Scorpion spider thing. There are a number of things that fit that description. Aside from the Kruthic, most are solitary.
We're going to assume it's the crowd one. And Pert will specifically be scanning the roof as he goes to start leading the group again.
Oh, Zoe asked for more information about Kruthic.
You know what these things are. You've fought them before.
The ones that look like Hydralisk?
Let me find a picture. That thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we bought those before.
What a nightmare feel.
The hell ants.
The hell ants, yes. And you're pretty sure that that's not what you saw.
Okay. Pert's going to go back to leading the group, being cautious, keeping his bow out at this point, and focusing on the ceiling far more than on the floor, which may be to his detriment, but you never know.
You keep walking. And walking. And walking.
At some point, probably after we've been walking for maybe 2 hours, have we gotten that far yet?
Yep.
I will try to very quietly talk with Zoe and ask her to send a message to Chloe. Very, very roughly detailing what's going on. I can write it out if you want me to.
So he sends a detailed message to Chloe. Also adds on, how do I deal with Brisbane and Malaire?
Do I notice that?
You can't read it.
You cannot read it. I mean, you can make an insight check at disadvantage. No, Original has no idea. So I will say whatever the first reply has to do with whatever Rizwan's message is that I don't know what it is yet. The second one, you get back. Those two have a lot of history. They need to work it out. Good luck.
Got it. Let them deal with their own shit.
Stick them in a room together and lock the door.
Without weapons.
Beat the shit out of each other.
It is a weapon.
Yeah, fair, Nico.
Uh, Zoe, you finish reading this, look up, and you notice, just as Pert and Emma also notice, that there is another light-colored spot, sort of where the wall meets the ceiling of the tunnel. Two little eyes that glow.
Point.
Oh my.
It's another of the little spider thingies.
Mm-hmm.
If they can point out, I ask, could those be familiars?
It's possible.
As you pointed out, it scurries away down the tunnel.
I should chill touch.
Okay. Make a roll. It just misses the tail of this thing.
Dang.
After probably another hour of walking, a little bit of light hits your eyes. You see one of those crystals embedded in the wall. Then another one. And another one. These little fist-sized lights sticking out of the walls and the floor. Not like the big crystal cavern that you were in, but just kind of here or there. It's nice to actually see some light. I would like everybody to make another perception check.
No problem.
That's what Zoe gets for having her head in the book.
Yep. This time it is Rizwin and Camille.
Mm-hmm.
As your footsteps are echoing through this cavern, you just hear little chittering sounds.
Like the sound of spidery pedipalps chittering together kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of. And then there's something else, this weird sort of low groaning sound. As you continue on down this cavern, you see there's a number of other crystals. There's this like big one embedded in the floor that's sort of radiating up light. And on one of the walls, you see a shadow of something behind that's just this like floating ball with little like pieces, little tentacles floating in the air.
Ooh.
Hand signals, stop, hide,
Yeah.
left, right.
You also hear
Try to
the
get the attention of the things behind us and tell them to just back up. or
yeah
whatever.
they noticed your first hand signal and just stop.
What is the thing?
I don't know.
Let me do this here.
Small.
Far over here.
We are on the right.
Yep.
Would you like our tokens on the board?
Yes, please. So, Rizwin, you see the shadow from over here.
I did not see Ping, sorry.
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. My bad. I wish pings would just ping all layers.
Okay. Has everybody stopped and crouched down and made hiding motions?
Oh, we're missing one. Huh?
That's a strong word.
I was gonna say,
Rishwan's best friend.
Down there.
Oh, yeah.
So we've all halted.
Yeah.
I motion Zoe over and point out the thing and ask her to describe the thing to our whatever word. See if they have any opinions.
So Zoe mumbles that not speaking the same language is frustrating, and she's writing up the description of this thing and adding question marks to the.
I would like everybody to just make a quick stealth check as Zoe's writing this down.
Good old disadvantage.
Lovely.
I
Lovely.
want my cloak back.
Here.
Oh my god, how am I in plate armor stealthier than fire?
You're stealthier than Pert.
Zoe's writing a book and more stealthy than all of you.
Boy. Okay. That's still not terrible.
So thank you, group stealth checks.
Ooh. As Zoe stops to write this in her book, you hear the chittering sound again. And crawling down from the ceiling, you see two of these
Spider, scorpion.
spider scorpion things.
You say that my brain is thinking like camel spiders.
I mean, kind of.
Ooh.
And you hear the groaning get louder as this thing starts to move towards you. Oops.
It just. Oh no.
And we're all gonna roll initiative.
I was gonna do something before initiative, but it's fine.
That looks wonderful. Also, one of those little things that please me, those stealth rolls were on alphabetical order.
Oh my god, they were.
Yep. Even if you switch, if I had been using Zoe instead of Tut.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh.
$18 is the highest. Yikes. Pert, you're up.
All right. Size-wise, which one's bigger, north or south?
What do you mean, which one's bigger?
Physical size, which one looks larger? The thing to the north
I mean,
or the
they're-
thing to the south?
They are both medium size, but these things, like the way their legs and tails stick out, they would take up more space, you would say.
Okay, physically larger is the key in this situation, so Pert's gonna shoot at red one.
Okay. That misses.
not a shock. And at that point, Pert's going to draw his rapier and is this the thing to the north of us? Is it actually like a big chunk of rock?
Yes.
Then he's going to move behind that 5, 10, 15, 20 feet and attempt to disappear.
Okay, give me a roll.
Better.
Yeah, that probably is gonna make it.
25 and 30, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, Rizwin, you're up.
Well, I guess it's safe to say that these things are moving with hostile intent.
They do seem to be, yes.
Including the eye floaty thingy.
I'm gonna move there, and that's my turn.
Alright. Zoe, you're up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do we feel about banishing the eyes to keeping?
13.
Yeah, about a 20.
It seems realistic.
I don't know what it is. It has tentacle. It flies. Take it away.
So he takes a step forward and casts banishment on Ice Stocky.
Alright. Charisma save? Not advantage.
Oh fuck.
Woof.
Well, and as a bonus action, Zoe uses her magical item to get back a spell.
Okay.
And uses the rest of the movement to get the fuck behind people.
Alright. This strange blob with eyes and a mouth slowly floats forward. You can see these tentacles that are like floating around on its body have these little eyes on the end of them. This thing is horrifying and grotesque. Probably more so than like anything you have ever seen before. And 3 of these little eye stalks light up. Kamel,
Yes.
Zoe, and Emma. Alright. Kamel,
Yeah,
please make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do those. I can do those real good.
Alright, this light purple light radiates from the eye stalk and hits you, and you feel kind of drowsy for a second, but you manage to shake it off. Zoe, please make a Constitution saving throw.
That's fine.
Well, I'm glad I'm near now.
Uh-huh.
What's that, 24?
Oh yeah. that's not even with the +5. Very nice. You feel your body start to seize up a little bit, but you, just like Kamel, managed to shake it off. Emma, make
That's
me
fine.
a dex save.
Yeah. Easy.
You manage to dodge out of the way. You feel a blast of heat as a ray of fire goes sailing over your head. Kamal, you and your party just nearly got lambasted by these
This thing.
rays of light.
Okay, I think needs to die. Just calculating movement really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get there in one turn. Well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get in close quick. I will start charging. Misty step 4 to it.
Hang on. Pause right there. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Can do that. Assuming it clicks.
All right. There is something just so utterly horrifying about this thing. As you get a little bit closer to it, you can see this one massive eye. But your paladin training and your faith propels you onward.
Okay, so. And then I miss these.
Okay.
And we slash.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's filling that up.
Oh, yeah. I need a calculator.
It's not undead or fiend, I'm guessing.
It is not.
It is a crit. Not bad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So that's 13, 36.
36. You slash one of its eye stalks clean off.
And impressed that I hit so hard, just like, what, ooh.
Yeah, you are so shocked at your own capabilities that the next one just whiffs.
Oh my god, I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I got stronger overnight, and I'm not used to it.
Emma.
I
My wisdom
will.
saves has a bonus baked in.
I will put Hunter's Mark on the blue thing up top.
Okay.
And I will tell Melis to run over there, because Melis can get there in one shot. And Melis will attack the thing.
Actually, Melis also needs to make a wisdom saving throw before that attack happens. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's a +5, right?
Yes.
All right. Melis just makes it. All right, 21 hits. So Melis manages to shrug off the effect of this thing's main eye to do 7 damage. Math is hard. And just rakes it across its body with its clawed pads. Anything else?
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. That hits. All right, Emma, you shoot off another one of these tentacles.
Yeah, I'm good at shooting a tentacle.
Yeah.
Got practice on the ropers.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm fine right here.
Okay. These creepy crawly things are both going to run up to Rizwan, since she is right there. One, actually, hang on. Is it? Sorry, this one's gonna stay back a bit. Number two, vomits up this sticky, ropey substance towards Rizwan. So this just happens.
All right.
Yeah, I think this just happens. It just goes like fucking everywhere, Rizwan. And you're covered in this sticky, slimy substance that connects from you to the Capefisher. Number one.
That's what they are.
They're silverfish, but worst.
But worse.
I remember them from the Dritz books.
You are grappled. Grappled gives advantage?
I don't believe so, but I can check.
Yes.
Grapples, I think only means you cannot move.
You cannot move. Okay. Excellent. In that case, this one will attack you twice, Rizwan.
They both miss.
They do. It almost seems like the sticky substance that the other one vomited up is getting in the way of this one trying to attack you. That is their turn. It is Malir's turn. He looks back and forth between these two cave fishers and Rizwan, who is by herself, and this creepy eye thing.
Hey, you're doing a rock and a hard place there, buddy.
And he curses under his breath and... 25. 30. He runs up here, holds out his sword, and you see him just sort of stop for a second, watching the cave fishers very closely. That's his turn.
Aww.
Fire, you're up.
Yeah, I am. What if nope? I don't like any of this. I'm gonna point a finger and summon something. I'm gonna cast Conjure Woodland Beings. One big boy. They are not big. One beefy boy here.
There's conjurings.
Woodland beings.
Woodland beings is Fae?
Yes, face. One CR2, please.
What do they roll?
I see a 3.
I see 3.
Where is it going?
Behind the blobby thingy.
Ping me on the map? Okay.
Somewhere in those 4 squares.
I think I need to drag it so I can control it.
Oh, right.
Hell is
Edit.
Hey, what is this? Look.
Looks like a dark knight.
It looks worse than what we're fighting.
Yeah. Give me a second, please. Oh.
Fire takes a moment to learn what learn what he just summoned.
Oh, this thing is mean.
Uh-huh. I mean, that is in the name.
Yes.
Ooh.
Do we rule that they just go after me, or do you want me to roll initiative?
It's gonna go... I think it's gonna go at the end of your turn. Just for
Okay.
simplicity.
No problem. So I just cast Shillelagh and then my turn, and it's his little thingy turn.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say that I love how the dice spoke and created a creature that is at home in the Underdark?
Yeah.
Yup.
The full image is much worse.
Oh, it is.
It's terrible. The full image is terrible.
I think you just hear a "Gah" from Kamail.
I buy thee, Nabu. Bob. Go, Bob. And Bob. Klaus.
I gotta make another DC save too.
Yeah, that hits. Let's make a con save.
These bastards.
Alright. That's it for it.
That's it for it.
Hurt.
Alrighty. Pert is going to step out from behind his cover. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it's far enough to be able to see Rishwin's situation. And seeing that there's now 3 people piling onto the weird floating eye thingy, he's going to back up. The Raging Dragon. Advantage?
People is a
Yes.
strong word for what's on the. I think.
18 hits. Which one? Number 1?
Number 1.
Okay.
Snuck attack.
Snake attack.
2. Alright. Your arrow flies true and gets into a crease in its chitinous armor. You hear it squeal from the other side of this cave.
Alrighty. And Pert's just going to back around the pillar and try to hide again.
Pert nopes out of all that guaranteed that is over here.
Mm-hmm. Give me a hide roll.
That's not advantage, so it'd be 21.
Okay. Rizwan.
Okay, I will use my bonus action to perform a fainting attack. I will attack number 1.
Don't worry about it, Bert.
That was supposed to be an advantage. That's the 16.
16 just hits.
20 damage.
Alright, your glaive almost slashes clean through one of its claws.
I will take my second attack at it. I assume a 12 misses.
12 misses.
Action surge, another attack.
That hits.
Hey, crits.
Dang.
My second attack is going towards the web.
Okay.
So 18 to number 1 and 12 to the web.
Hang on a second. You have to make a check. Oh no, it's fine. So yeah, 12 to the web.
Yep.
Alright, your glaive slices clean through it. And 18 slices clean through the cave fisher.
Alright. We'll move up to the second one and take my 4th attack. Or was that my 4th attack?
No,
No,
it was
it
good.
No, that was your third. Okay, that hits.
Go, Rizwin.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Zoe, you're up.
Well, I'm trying to manage it right here. So, Zoe's going to use guiding bolt on tall, ugly, and floating.
Okay. $16 hits. Holy crikey. 30 damage. This thing's looking pretty rough.
Believe the next attack on it has advantage, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't cast spells that often that do damage.
Anything else?
I have the bonus actions.
No, it's
Alright.
taking damage, so.
It is the ghost.
It's not a humanoid, right?
No.
Nor beast.
No.
I'm guessing monstrosity or aberration.
Just checking.
It's got a bunch of things up in its face.
It sure does. What was your hide check, Pert? 21?
Correct.
Alright, it does not notice you. It is going to attack Camille because it is Camille's the biggest target. And the mean lock. And Emma again. Alright, Camille, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Oh.
Is that a 15 with your bonus?
Yeah, so that bonus is baked in. I rolled a 3.
Ouch.
Woof. You feel your body start to stiffen up. And as you almost start to take a step back, you realize that you are locked in place. You cannot move.
Oh.
I need the mean lock to make a dexterity save.
It does get +5. It is a friendly target.
It's within 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you said Dex?
Yeah.
So this +5. 25.
It dodges out of the way of another ray of fire. Emma, please make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
I have +3 on my strength. I'm proficient in strength saving throws.
Oh, I might need to make this map bigger. You are fine. You feel yourself being physically pushed backwards, but you dig your feet in and manage to hold your ground. Camille, you are paralyzed.
So, Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
these Minlock have an aura that affects any beast or humanoid in 10 feet.
Oh,
That's me.
Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. I'm also scared. Yay.
It's a
Or did I make
it's the beast or humanoid, so the awful thing doesn't have to do it.
Oh, I see. I see.
You just pass it. It's
Oh,
11
good.
DC.
Now, do I have to make the gaze saving throw now? Or do you want
Yes.
to make... Okay.
It's at the end of your turn.
Okay,
So-
well, I end my turn and make my Constitution saving throw again to try to break out
Yes.
paralysis
Yep.
and that. So we'll do Wisdom first. That succeeds, maybe?
Why?
The 11 succeeded. 11 was what you needed.
11 was the fear from the mean lock.
Yeah.
Yes, but
15
that,
is the Gouth.
No, that's the con save. It's when you enter it's within 30 feet. You haven't left that radius.
Oh, okay, got it. Never mind then. I
At least
ignore
I
that
think.
Wisdom save. I thought it was one of those when you start your turn within or enter.
Oh no, it is start your turn. My bad. So 15 still saves.
And I'm not paralyzed anymore.
You are not paralyzed anymore, but that is your turn. Emma. Melis has to make that wisdom saving throw as well. Once again, Melis just barely makes it.
Yay, +5.
Yeah.
Yeah, being next to you is a good thing.
Yeah, it's almost like I have an aura that protects people.
Malice will attack.
Uh, 11 misses.
No.
Wait, no, you're at advantage. At advantage. Oh.
And Elmo will attack.
13 also misses.
God damn it.
Alright. One cave fisher is dead, but the other is going to try to attack you, Rizwan.
No.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
These fishers are not good at fishing.
No. Let's see if my luck's any better with this guy. Malir, with his sword out, charges forward. Wait, how do I get damage? Why is it rolling damage?
Click the name of the longsword?
There it is. That's weird. And he gets a real solid hit on it, and Rizwin, you're like a little bit surprised.
Die saving you, Rizwin.
You move
And
faster
then-
than you might think for an old man.
He gets 2 bonus action disengage and takes 5-foot step back.
I will remind you that Sentinel ignores disengage.
Are you what?
No.
And he's still within your threat radius.
Yeah, that's true too.
Fire, you're up.
I have never come to this point where at my turn, my thing is still alive.
That's not true. You've had cows up.
Yeah, and squid. Or octopi.
Snake friend.
What do? I don't want to waste things. I'm gonna point at the floaty thing. I think the little spider is under control. And I'm gonna cast Chill Touch. Pow.
That hits.
Hey.
All right, you see another one of these eye stalks wither and die.
Yeah. The mean log we try to claw it too. Doesn't do a lot of damage though.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
True.
Alright, this thing's looking real hurt.
And that's my turn.
Hurt?
Did it make its saving throw?
Oh, my
What?
bad. My bad.
For my thing? No.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to.
Why not?
No, the paralyzation
Paralyzation.
on the attack.
I don't get it.
The
Okay.
mean lock has a paralysis thing on its claws.
Read the attack.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Pert, you're up.
Alrighty. Pert's gonna keep going in the direction he's already moved, so 5, 10, 15. Uh, 20 and 25, so that way he's not in long distance. And then he's going to fire on the other thing on Rincewind because he didn't see that she freaking destroyed the other one.
21 hits.
Rincewind.
All right. Your arrow buries into the side of its neck, and it squeals out.
And dies?
It does not.
Damn it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So Pert backs up the 5 feet he can still move and tries to hide, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Okay. Rizwin.
Gonna bonus action faint again. And attack number 2.
Okay.
So 12.
12 does not hit.
It's frustrating. Regular attack.
Okay. That hits. Wait, no, that's
7 damage.
yeah, that's right. Math was hard. From behind you, you hear Moyer say, "Stop trying to be fancy and fucking kill it."
The backswing on my second attack misses his nose by a couple inches. That's it.
Zoe.
We should tall, floaty, and just Eldritch Blast.
All right. Those both hit. And with your 2 Eldritch Blasts, you see this thing sort of shudder, and then its eyes close. And the people who are right next to it, you see its corpse almost start to like roil and bubble, and I need Camille and Malice and Meanlock to make a dexterity saving throw.
+5.
That's still not enough. Yet. Camille and the Meanlock take 11 damage, and Malice takes half as this thing explodes.
Ow.
Would you allow me to actually do a different thing than miss his nose by a couple inches with my backswing?
Maybe.
I want to say, show me how it's done, and then move 30 feet away.
Okay, this thing will get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's fine. I'll take it.
I noticed that.
That time it hits.
Yeah. This thing is dead. Camille.
Glares at Rizwa.
You have a frightened effect upon you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I frighten it back.
It hisses.
I just end up beside Rizwa and just looking at her and shaking my head. That's my turn.
Emma.
Hmm. Hmm. I wonder if Alma would play along with response. Hmm.
What you doing, Emma?
I'm thinking. Alma will bonus action change his hunter's mark over to red 2.
Okay.
And Alma will attack.
Alright, give me a roll. 17 hits. And that is enough to kill it. You fire an arrow and it goes straight through one of its eyes into its head. And it shudders and collapses onto the ground.
Rizvan looks mildly annoyed. But, you know, like, her breakfast toast just got burned or something.
Malir looks back at you and kind of sneers, but doesn't say anything.
Are we out of combat?
And he
You
turns
are.
around to see this big thingy.
He pulls his sword out again.
You know what, Jamie?
Uh-huh.
I would like to you to talk to yourself. These Minlock can talk telepathically, any language.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's...
120 feet.
I mean, it is technically a real creature that was pulled out of the Feywild, right? Or
Yeah.
Shadowfell.
Well... That gets complicated. I was not prepared to have this world building moment.
It says you look tasty.
I don't necessarily think it talks. I think it's just creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it tries to get out of combat, let's get the smite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he pulls his sword out and points it at that thing and says, "What the fuck is that?"
That's Fire's pet.
It's
Fire,
Bob. Bob says hi.
Okay, Fire.
Mm?
Cool. Can you put Bob away, please?
Do you think it's a good idea? I mean, you still have it for 1 hour. Could be useful.
Yes, I do. You were not within 10 feet of it. Please, please put it away.
I mean, can you tell it to just walk behind us?
Yeah, fair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think a competent extra set of hands around would be welcome for a change.
Do you prefer it on front or behind?
Why don't we send it forward and let it go gibber at things?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Seems like it's good
Yes.
figuring.
Yeah.
Let's let it get eaten instead of us.
Plus, it might not antagonize the drow.
Okay, Bob, you're a scout now.
We'll mark that in the con column, but I think there's still more advantages to having it go in front of us.
He's made for this place.
Can I gesture at Malia and Rizwan to just come here for a second?
I'm not getting closer to that thing.
Fine, I'll come to you. Drag Rizwan along with me.
And walks back to the rest of the group.
He literally grabs your arm. So we're having a talk real quick.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
You're getting the talk.
And I just put them beside each other. Listen, I don't care what animosity you have with each other. You're both soldiers. You're both professionals. Fucking act like it. We're in a dangerous, hostile situation. We don't have time for petty banter, petty arguments, pettiness. Act like the professionals I know you are, please.
Are you still holding on to her?
No, once he got both you within like 10 feet of each other, he let go of you and said his piece, and then if you walk off, then you walk off.
She says, I'm retired, and then walks off.
You seem to have gotten better at running away.
What is your problem? And your problem? Knock it off.
Hold on a second. The mildly familiar shimmery aura appears around her, and she sort of steps up in his face and says, do something about it. Chloe's not here to save you this time.
Unlike you, I know that we need all of us to get out of this.
It only took one of us to get us into this.
I shoved Wisdom back from him. Knock it off.
No, Camille, come here. Let them have it. Let them have the fight.
Okay, I shove her, tell her to knock it off, and walk away. And if they fight, they fight. Like, shove as in, like, get back from him. Just get away from him.
She's just standing there. Actually, she hands her glaive to Camille.
Doesn't take it. You want to beat each other? You want to beat each other crap? Do it now, before you kill the rest of us.
I never had a problem with you. I don't know what your problem is. But he is right. We should deal with it.
He kind of like almost takes a step back and then leans in again. My problem with you is that you keep running into situations instead of stopping and thinking, like you've always done. It endangered them. It endangered me.
She sort of looks around. The fucking spiders that were attacking us?
Yes, all it takes is one bad hit.
Okay, I guess I could go hide behind a rock next time. Or I could deal with the problem.
Yes, by running away.
So you don't want me to run away, and you don't want me to run towards them. What the
Oh,
fuck
no,
do
please.
you want me to do?
Perhaps you should listen to him. And he points at Kamal.
Well, your temper certainly seems to have improved.
Yours certainly hasn't.
She smiles, and the aura disappears.
He grits his teeth. Make an insight check, Rizwan. You very much... Like, he's being kind of nasty, but it's not like you guys aren't getting into it. Or he's not getting into it like he has in the past.
Mm-hmm. She's kind of disappointed about that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the whole time she has seemed very in control of herself. Just for anybody that's observing, she's not flying off the handle like she maybe has in previous situations.
They're both being very, very careful.
Oh no, she's
Surprisingly.
trying to goad him into attacking her. It's apparently
Okay.
just not working.
Yeah.
I think Kamil just mutters under his breath at some point. And Celeste should be just looking at fucking getting out of those systems.
Boy, how under your breath is that?
Depends. How can you hear it? Can you read Celeste or understand Celeste?
No.
So meanwhile, over at the exploded eyeball thing,
Mm-hmm.
is Malice trying to eat it, Amalus?
I think Malice is probably batting around an eye stalk.
Malice is on their back, like, you know how cats like scratch paw at things they have in their claws.
I'm thinking like he just like absentmindedly hit with the paw one of the eyes, and it kind of moves funny. So he goes full cat mode, like a toy.
Missed? Alrighty. Pert pulls out his Healy's kit. Is the salve in separate containers, one portion each, or is the salve one container total?
I don't know.
I know, I'm asking for a GM ruling.
What are we talking?
I feel like separate, smaller containers.
Then Pert will empty one of the containers, using up one of the 10 uses of his healer's kit, and start collecting the juices of the thing because it exploded, and that's fascinating. And then he'll probably collect 2 or 3 of the severed eye stalks as well.
Alright. While you're doing this, and Malia and Rizwan are trying not to shout at each other, you hear footsteps behind you. Emma and Zoe, you look back and you see Isai, who is walking up ahead of the rest of the drow. He comes up to you, crosses his arms, points down the tunnel and says, "Go." Only Emma and Fire understand them, though.
They have no chill.
Alma calls over to Pert.
Sorry, miss?
No, technical.
Nope, you first.
Maliar sheets his sword. Sister Risman, we're being told to move on.
Let's get going then. Fire, make Bob go in that direction.
Bob, tell us if you see anything. Away! And Bob goes. I
Alright,
don't know if he's happy to obey, but he obeys.
he obeys. He walks all the way ahead.
Pert will give Malice a scratch and then start heading again. Now that he's got 1 thing of Gareth juices and 3 things of Gareth eye stalks.
Gouth.
Gouth.
Alright. So, everybody collects themselves,
Mm-hmm.
starts walking with the mean lock a ways ahead. You hear the squeak of the carts as the drow group behind you start moving again once you do. Malir once again takes his position on the very opposite side of the group from Rizwan.
For once, I'm just glad that we didn't went horrible in a fight.
Yeah, y'all didn't do too bad there.
Yeah, and I say that
I'm
a
the
lot.
only one that took damage.
And I say that a lot. Like, I'm glad we didn't scrape for our lives there.
Malice took some damage from the exploding bits.
Do you want any help?
I'm fine.
Can Pert get 1 or 2 of his 3 arrows back?
Yep.
1 or 2.
I just use my
1.
healing
It's
hands.
rounded down.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check. Because the 1 arrow missed completely. So it's like, there's a chance.
No, it's spent arrows whether they hit or not.
Yep. It's all good.
It lost in the void of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I blew my 8 healing hands on my health pool.
Okay.
Rizwan does not make a point to walk on the extreme other side of the group. She just walks wherever she happens to walk.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to have... She seems a little bit more relaxed than she has for the first half of the...
She got a bit out of her system.
And she realized that he's more of a coward than she thought.
Sure.
After about an hour of walking, the mean lock disappears. That's right, right?
Yeah, after an hour it pulls away.
Okay.
Bye, Bomb.
No offense, but good riddance.
I wonder if we'll see Bob again.
I don't get unnerved easily, but that thing unnerved me. At least until level.
I wonder if he lives like around here.
It pops out of the corner.
Surprise!
Well, I guess we just keep walking down the
Yeah.
big, dark, scary corridor.
Yeah, you
Yep.
keep going and going. It opens up a little bit to look a little more like this, where it's just this very, very large, very open tunnel. Keep walking and walking and walking. You're not really sure how much time has passed. After a while, you hear kind of like a burbling sound. And you turn a corner, and this humidity just hits you all at once, like getting punched in the nose. There are these shallow pools of liquid that look like kind of like they're boiling, and this foul-smelling steam is filling the air. Small little blobs of goo like pull their way along the cavern floor and up stalagmites and up the walls, seemingly oblivious to your presence.
Wait, it's not just goo, it's like slimes?
Yeah, they're like little baby slimes.
Yeah, another one of those. Of these kind of, I don't know, nests.
Let's get people through here quickly.
As you kind of like stop and look at this, you hear the drow come up from behind you. And you hear Isai say something in Undercommon, and 6 drow just immediately start to move ahead of you. And Aeneas comes up, taps on Zoe's shoulder.
Giving the look of she wants to ask questions.
Yeah. And Aeneas says, "We will stop here."
We want to take a break.
You see, you watch about half a dozen drow go up to these little oozes, take out their rapiers, and just skewer them until they stop moving.
Okay.
And then you watch them pull out from like little side packs, like these little glass containers, and shovel the ooze into the glass containers.
Collecting poisons.
Make either an insight or a nature check.
For reference, Jamie, how long have we walking, more or less?
Y'all are getting pretty tired. You figure that this is probably like you're stopping for the night. Night in quotations.
Okay.
You're not really sure that these things would make good poison.
Yeah.
Like the big ones might, but
Some kind of a chemical use, whatever it is.
the rest of the drow move back in the cavern a little bit away from this space. And some put out like bedrolls, or just like little not foam, but like little soft pads to sort of sit on. They're not setting up their tents.
They're not making a full camp, they're just bedding down for the night kind of thing.
Yes. One of the carts. Actually, now.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to ask, how many are they?
Like maybe 30.
Yeah.
You can now see, as everybody gets closer to you, that the carts are rolling themselves.
We want to know more about this.
How do you go about that?
So he asked the friendly one, how do the carts move themselves?
She replies, by magic.
I should have known that. I feel dumb. She writes that.
That's okay. Um, a group of drow come to you, hold out their hands. Point to your weapons.
Pert points towards the cave and the slimes, and then taps his weapon, and then puts a hand over his eyes as if he's, watching.
They shake their head, and you can see, like, from your vantage point, that the drow that went in there are cleaning that place out pretty good.
Pert shrugs and sighs and disattaches his belt, hands it over.
They don't take your armor, but they do take all of the weapons. Zoe, they take your focus and regalia.
Zoe's glaring at them like, this is dumb. You haven't disarmed me.
This is hella dumb. They fight fire talking to the mushrooms.
They look at you like you're crazy.
Do they realize that Kamiel's necklace is a focus? Or is it only simple? Or do they just realize it's like a necklace?
I mean, if they figured out Zoe's focus is the focus.
Yeah, if they can tell that what Zoe's focus is, then they can probably tell that that's your focus.
Okay. Oh, look at the spells that can really do verbally.
Well, you could do.
Oh yeah, I can do somatic ones too.
Rizwan will hand over her weapons and move into the camp so that she's in the very center with the most drow around her. Since if they're going to take her weapons, she is not keeping watch.
Yep, that's fair.
Wait, before you take it out, take it away, I cast Ghost Room a couple times.
Okay.
You can only count it once, can't you?
He can cast as many times as he wants.
Yeah.
What kind of the old ones would wear out?
No.
I think it's something else. Alright.
It's okay. So you cast Gertrude a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then they take your staff.
And I gave them a shroom also. And
You hand them each shrooms, and they both look at it. They look at each other, and they look at the shroom.
When they look inquisitively, I grab one of the same and eat myself. See? Good. And I start sharing with the prisoners and with whatever.
They look at each other, and then they turn their backs to you, and you see them sort of moving their hands. Almost like rock, paper, scissors. And then you hear one sort of give a sound that might be a curse, and then eats the mushroom.
Tastes like chicken.
It don't taste bad.
And then she just kind of shrugs at the other one. So does everybody follow Rizwan to the center of the camp?
I mean, if they're disarming us, then they have indicated to Kamiel that they are going to be guarding the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Does Pert have his book back?
No.
then he will take a seat on the edge of the cave and will start drawing it from what he remembered when the slimes were still alive.
The cave wall.
All right. They bring the rest of the prisoners into the center with you. The rest of Malier's crew and that other kid.
Oh yeah, Zontar.
It's Xander.
Right.
It's okay.
Zenial.
Sure.
I really, really fucked up my wisdom throw. I don't think he can keep the guy's name in his head if he tries.
I mean, even when we've had really good wisdom throws on that, we still couldn't remember.
Yeah.
It's Keith.
Xander just kind of puts his head in his hands. The friendly dwarf barbarian just kind of like ruffles his hair and says, "That's okay, kid." Sorry, let me think for a second. A couple more drow come over to the rest of you with manacles.
Really? I roll my eyes.
She just stands there.
I neither resist nor help.
Okay.
I will make my 6'8" frame a lead weight.
Your hands are manacled just in front of you this time. And there is a long chain that they like stick into the rock floor. Like attach a few chains to a spike and then hammer it in. They do not approach Zoe. While this is happening instead, Zoe, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Zoe looks up.
And it is Aeneas. She looks down at you.
Looks at her book and writes, "Really?" question mark.
Yes, really.
She lets out a long, extended sigh and gets up and expects to follow her.
You follow her. To sort of the back of the camp, where it is just her and you and Isai and
that's
Malier.
it.
At some point, you kind of forgot when Malier just sort of got separated from you, and he is also back here. He looks sort of warily as you approach with Aeneas.
Oh, great. So he's going to be thrown into a category with the lawyer.
And there is sort of this awkward silence as you sit down. Isai's like sketching something on the rock with chalk. Aeneas is just sort of sitting and waiting. After about like a couple of minutes, another drow comes over with like plates of this sort of really dark gray, almost looks like dark gray mashed potatoes. Just two of them, and hands them to Isai and Aeneas. And Aeneas hands the plate to you.
So you where's your hand off?
She sort of like pushes the plate towards you again. You hear a bit of a snicker from Isai.
It's eat shrooms.
She had a shroom at the beginning of the day. It's good enough food for the day. So he takes the plate and sets it on the floor.
You hear a bit of a snort from Aeneas as she picks it up and starts eating it.
Right, let her book in right. I don't expect special treatment. I just will not be shackled. Sorry if I'm mumbling. I laid down by accident again.
It's okay. You see back in your book, everybody needs to eat. Besides, there's plenty to go around now. Make a nature check.
I'm quite glad I had the truth.
What?
Oh, I've never been so thankful for good shrooms before.
I couldn't understand any of that.
Yes,
It's gray mashed potatoes. Think about it. What did they
It's
slaughter?
slime.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, it is kind of a similar color to those slimes, but like they could be eating that. There's no way.
So Zoe's gonna keep up with this, and I, as a player, am glad I started with this. I've got food from our friend Fire. I do not need more food now. Thank you.
I see. It is good to know that your friend can magically produce food.
Oops.
As long as you don't limit his abilities by taking away items.
He seems to have been able to cast it just fine today.
I must point out, with my stuff specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe doesn't know this and is not being the most. She's not actively lying, but she's not being the most full. I don't have a response, by the way.
Mm-hmm. You look over and see Isai like holding out his plate to Malir, who like takes a little like dips his finger in it, kind of sniffs it, puts it in his mouth, and his eyes go wide, and he just like starts gagging, and Isai's laughing.
Zoe will figure out if she'll pass this on to Rizwan.
Isai says something in Elvish, and William just rolls his eyes. Oops.
You're insulting my horns again.
Malir looks over at you and he says, no. He says, we eat rocks. The rations.
I mean, he's not 100% wrong.
It's better than that.
Yeah, but the lovely mushrooms my friend makes are so much better. But you can combine them together. So, serious question here. What's your issue with my friend?
He kind of looks away. Other than the fact that she is an idiot and a meathead?
In the grand scale of this world, her head is far from meatiest. She has also been there to help me many times. And based on what I know from her relationship with Chloe, she clearly felt the same way. If Zoe knew her last name, she would have said Miss or Mrs. Probably Miss because I don't see anybody else.
He gives a heavy sigh and doesn't say anything else.
You know, if you stop and antagonize each other, you'd probably make a good team. You didn't very useful to fight today either.
Sorry, what was that, Ty?
You didn't seem very useless in today's fight either, so.
That's very kind of you to say.
So do they ever come and herd away from the edge of the camp?
Actually, you notice that Celeste comes and sits down beside you, Pert. She smiles at you.
Pert smiles back. Would he have seen anyone eating the blue mush?
Not if all you're doing is staring at that.
Mostly sketching it, yeah. So
yeah, then you wouldn't have seen that.
Pert gestures to the cave and then takes out one of his... They would have taken his daggers too, or just his rapier when he handed it to them?
All of your weapons.
Okay. He basically mimes... Or, yeah, hell, he takes a piece of paper from his page and draws a dagger, and then draws a colorful glint on the dagger, and then points at the slimes and makes, kind of a question mark motion, asking were they making poison.
Um, what kind of check would this be, do you think?
Insight? It's trying to
Charisma.
understand someone's intent? Or
No,
strategy?
for Pert to...
Performance?
Yeah, maybe performance.
He's not good at that.
Yeah, it's charades, basically.
15. She... It takes her a minute of, like, you have to do it a few times before you see sort of realization dawn on her face.
And I
And
make the
she-
whole hands holding throat collapsing motion as well. Just to
Yeah.
help make it clear.
She shakes her head, and then you see her pull up a plate from beside her that has a bunch of, like, dark gray jelly goop on it.
And Pert has an exclamation point appear over his head, and he takes a spoonful. Munches.
It is like eating rotten jello. It is absolutely vile.
Pert,
More like rancid butter.
Bert doesn't have any of his supplies, eh?
Nope.
So Pert draws a sketch of the roots of a couple of different spices, and shows her the image, and shows grinding something up and mixing it in. Basically, you know, does she understand spices?
I don't think so. She seems very confused. She's also very impressed that you managed to eat that.
Pert doesn't. I mean, he had a good shroom, so he's not hungry. He's not going to eat like 4 more spoonfuls, but you know, he's going to try things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we don't see any roots nearby that Pert could try to see if there's any spices.
There are no roots down here.
We're nowhere near anything that has soil.
Yeah, damn.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Close to fire. He's definitely got soil on.
Yeah, but Pert's not going to raid Fire's pack for spices. That's, you know, Fire's pack's special to him. Pert,
I have spice rooms.
yeah, exactly, but I don't want to raid it on you.
Fancy shrooms.
Pert goes back to the picture of the drawing of the cave and shows it to her with all the slimes crawling around still in the image.
Mm-hmm. She sits with you for a while, just slowly eating her mush, watching you draw. It seems very, very curious. But when she finishes it, she stands up and she motions for you to do the same.
Pert will stand up, but he'll flip to a different drawing, one of the eye creature, and he basically puts one finger tapping on the eye creature, and then he kind of gestures around them, and then holds up, 1, 2, 3, 5, both of his hands entirely, and he kind of makes the question motion again.
She shrugs.
He sighs and nods, and steps beside her and nods for her to lead on.
Yep, she leads you back to the rest of the group, where everybody once again has been shackled.
Okay. Pert will stand in the middle of the rest of the group and watch her.
There's one pair of shackles left.
Pert sits down and attempts to put the shackles on without unlocking them.
Relocate your thumbs. Put the shackles on. Relocate your thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can do that. She smiles.
Pert very, very dramatically rolls his eyes and sighs, and then pops his hands back out just as a show of, I can do this all day.
Well,
That one hurts a little bit more.
You get one handout.
Yeah. And he puts it back in afterwards, just, he's making a show of, I can do this. This is no effort to me. He's not resisting, he's just making a point of, you're pointless.
One of the other drow that is sort of sitting around your area, watching you all, she grumbles and says something, and Sleece just turns to her, shakes her head, and smiles.
And Pert will tap his head to her and flip to a different page and start sketching Celise instead.
What the time is you getting your book back?
Oh, that's right. I said you did not get your book back. Oh, well.
Maybe Sleece takes it back at the end of the night.
Yeah.
She's there with him.
Yeah, I guess so. She stays for a bit. As camp sort of settles down, there's maybe 5 or 6 drow patrolling the area. A few more. Their crossbows trained on all of you.
And Pert will keep drawing Celise and adding details and stuff until she physically takes the book from him or makes very obvious motions that she wants to.
Yeah, I think probably about like half an hour. You're not quite done the sketch, but somebody says something to her, and then she motions to you to give her the book.
And Pert will sigh and close the book and resheath the pen and pass it off to her.
Alright, she takes it and walks away. And as Zoe, is there anything else you'd like to do before you go to sleep?
Assuming nobody stops her, send a message to her friend, being like, we found some drow, we're helping them on something. This is weird.
Real drow in the Underdark? That's so cool!
I'll give you details for your book better.
Yeah, you better.
So he's like, she's gonna hate me when I tell her the truth. That is
Okay. You bed down for the night. Everybody
Point
else
of
in the
order
other.
on that.
Mhm.
Are they letting us use our bedrolls?
I don't think so.
God, they are selfish bastards.
Oh my god.
They do have like very thin blankets that they give you that seem to be like their own.
Water up as a pillow.
Yeah. It's very warm down here. You don't really need any sort of a blanket. As you all start to go to sleep, Rizwin, you just feel a pair of arms encircle your waist.
I look around.
And Xander is there, hugging you. And he says,
Hello?
"You're not alone."
Awkward hug.
I don't think she says anything. but if he's really paying attention, probably notices a little bit of glistening on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly a little confused as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jamie. I don't know if Sander notices or cares, but Fire does this prayer to Selwyn and Cher us every night.
All right. Everybody goes to sleep.
Pert will make a point of freeing his hands again just so he can sleep more comfortably. But yes, he's not doing anything stupid.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna curl up with Melis. And as dwarvish snores fill the cavern, that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Awesome.
Yay!
We didn't die.
You barely took any damage.
You kicked ass.
Yep.
I mean, the 36 damage right off the bat probably helped.
Mm-hmm.